I'm Ramsey Lewis. Glad you're here, and welcome to Legends of Jazz. If there's one instrument that traces the evolution of jazz, it is the trumpet. It all started in the streets of New Orleans with King Oliver. But it was Louis Armstrong who would bring the trumpet to greater glory. Satchmo invented much of the vocabulary of jazz we take for granted today. During the swing era, there was the great Roy Eldridge. Without the technical genius and creativity of Dizzy Gillespie, bebop might never have been born. Clifford Brown, a shining light of the hard bop sound. Then there was the romantic style of Chet Baker. Miles Davis. His innovative genius spanned 6 decades. We're pleased to have with us 3 of the finest trumpet players performing today. The legendary Clark Terry. The hard bop and Roy Hargrove, ladies and gentlemen. And a gentleman that's played various styles of music. Of late, however, he's making people fall in love all over again. Chris Botti, ladies and gentlemen. How did it all start for you, Clark Terry?
I happen to be from a town where trumpet players were plentiful. St. Louis, Missouri, you know. It was on the Mississippi River, and all the boats that came up from New Orleans, they stopped there because of 3 good reasons. There was good food, the rent was cheap, and there were beautiful ladies.
That's right.
Well, my older sister was married to a tuba player by the name of Cy McField in St. Louis. Played in a band there called the Dewey Jackson Musical Ambassadors. And they played on the boats, the river boats, and they would let me go to the rehearsals. One of the trumpet players would say, "Son, hold my horn for me, and I'll give you a piece of candy." I thought he was the greatest cat in the world.
Now, living in St. Louis, besides that gentleman, there were other trumpet players around. In fact, there was one that became fairly popular. What was his name?
Miles Dewey Davis.
Miles Dewey Davis.
Yeah.
How did you first meet Miles?
Well, I met Miles through his teacher, Elwood Buchanan. Buchanan and I were good beer drinking buddies together. And he used to tell me, "Man, you got to come over to school and hear this Dewey Davis, Dewey Davis." So I went over one day to meet this Dewey Davis, and I met this little kid. He was timid and shy. He couldn't look you in the eye, look down at you. And he was so skinny, if he had stood sideways, it would have marked him absent.
Amazing. So is it humor that keeps going?
Oh, yeah.
But I remember an album you did with the great Oscar Peterson. And I don't know if you ran out of material or what, and he must have said, "Well, Clark, why don't you just sing something?" And I don't know if you knew the words or did you pick up the phone book?
Look,
what'd you call it?
I was Mumbles.
Mumbles.
Yeah. Okay.
Smash hit. So you wrote Mumbles.
Yeah.
How about playing it for us now?
All right.
Clark Terry, Mumbles. Huh?
just playing with the hang the hoop signs about the game with the people that level but the spring the sliding guy and the fling the sliding guy, but the she know the level they got a little like hey me she no me for this she no me for this she change to the hind the sludge, but they came down with the hickey called him, the guy going to go down. She's the splash, but they couldn't, but they get it in blade the sludge, and the flame falling in together. Now, if the big dog, they give the school slices, they do what they got them kind of that. But if it's flown along, and he fooled the corner, they hang a flown along, and he came for hang along, and they say, hey, here we flown for the candice clinic. Now, if the flank is clown, they come. But seriously, if the finger clown who the higgis clown was on the hoover, it was a game. But the slow, the him and hang it up. But you know what? If I keep talking like this, I'm subject to get elected.
Man, I tell you, Clark Perry. Thanks for being here. Roy Hargrove, young man, Grammy winner. What was life like when you first met the trumpet, or did it meet you?
Well, it met me,
Okay.
but my father had a cornet in the house, so I just used to sort of look at it and think about trying to play it. And then one day I got up the courage to ask him if I could try, and he was like, "No, don't touch it.
Oh, really? Don't touch it?
Don't touch it." You know, he didn't want me to. I was really young. I was 8 years old. So
Oh.
eventually, he showed me how to get a sound out of it, and I joined the school band, and that's really how I started playing. And after that, I just fell in love with the trumpet and just kept playing.
And now Wynton Marsalis came into your life at some point.
High school, about 11th grade, 17, he came and did a clinic, and he heard me playing. He asked me to come sit in with him at the club he was playing at, Caravan of Dreams in Fort Worth.
You're in high school, in the high school band, and Wynton Marsalis says, "Come play with me tonight." And you're so casual about it, like, no, he can't.
Well, I mean, I was terrified. I didn't go the night he asked me to go. I went about 3 days later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't get the nerve to go up there, but I went and sat in, my knees knocking the whole time. I was really nervous about that, but he was very welcoming, and he even called a song I knew.
You left Texas, came to New York, made an impact there. You were part of that group of young musicians that reawakened America to traditional straight-ahead jazz, and some of us refer to you all as the Young Lions. Did you all know that at that point you were starting a resurgence?
No, we didn't know. I think that we were just really trying to learn a little bit about our history and try to make some music that was not just for today. I mean, you know, something that had some longevity to it. I don't know about the other guys, but some guys were in it trying to, you know, look good. They want to wear the suits
But you were all about the music.
Yeah, I was trying to just learn how to
You
play.
look good too, though.
And look good, huh?
I just think that I'm just trying to play some music that people are going to enjoy and have fun listening to. I mean, because it's about having a good time, man.
I feel something coming on now. I feel a song coming on. What do you want to play?
Invitation.
Ah, beautiful song, Invitation. I bet you're going to do it much justice. Roy Hargrove, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Botti, you're in love with the trumpet. You've had many successes in various areas of jazz. Of late, you've taken jazz and brought in violins and other instruments, and you're selling tons of CDs, Oprah show. Now, what brought that idea about to take the romantic route into people's hearts?
But I think there's such an appetite out there among adults for romantic melodies performed by people that have an original sound through their instrument. It's a very, very simple thing. But to a lot of record companies, they don't necessarily see it as simple because the records cost a fortune to make. And I got lucky. I got a record company that said, go do this. Don't worry about playing fast material. Just make material that moves you and play your instrument. And when the record's finished, come back and we'll have a glass of wine and I'll go promote it. This is what the record company says. And as a jazz musician, you don't believe it, but that's what happened and that's what they did.
What record company is that?
Columbia. Come over to Columbia there.
God.
Well, you
Got a lot of trouble there.
Well, you should put out a book, 10 Easy Ways to Make a Hit Record. You've played with a lot of people that have big hit records. Paul Simon, Joni Mitchell, Sting. How's it like traveling with these people?
It's great. I mean, I got to tell you, I moved to New York and I sort of realized early on I wasn't going to, be a bebop trumpet player and do that and compete with, you know who on my right.
Watch out. Watch out.
And so I kind of like decided to step into more of the pop vein, and I found musicians that really like jazz, like Sting especially, and I toured the world with him in arguably the greatest fashion you could do, like 2.5 years in Four Seasons hotels and private jets and private chefs and the whole bit.
Stop. I don't want to hear any more of this, man. Please.
And the most rude awakening was the next day after we finished this world tour and I hugged all my friends goodbye and I flew to the United States and my first gig was in New Haven, Connecticut, and I checked in with my band. I checked them into the Red Roof Inn and there was a Hell's Angels convention going on. And I checked in my band and I distributed the keys and I sat in my room while the music was jamming next to me in the Hell's Angels convention. Oh my God, I've done it all. I've gone from this to that.
What would you like to play for us?
It's a song that turned it around for me. It's the first time I ever heard Miles Davis play. And it's a classic. So this is My Funny Valentine.
My Funny Valentine.
Chris Botti.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we've witnessed a lot of talent here. We've witnessed a lot of ability, but you all feel like jamming?
Yeah.
Come on, jam.
With you.
All right. Let's get on over here. My goodness. Oh. Chris Botti, Roy Hargrove, Clark Terry. Thank you, baby, so much. Thank you.